Hey you guys, good morning. Today is Sunday. All day, I'm sitting out here listening to the birds sing. I'm in Florida. It's 80 degrees. It don't even feel hot or humid. It is just a beautiful day. So this morning I went out and did all my chores. I fed the chickens and the rabbits. And I'm expecting turkeys soon coming in the mail. So we want to get that all done and get the bedding and the boxes and all that going today. So I thought, since I'd done most of my work here on the homestead, I thought I'd jump on here and talk about something that has really been weighing on my heart, okay? And that is a topic of money. You know, money is the root of all evil, right? It will destroy a family. So I'm going to tell you a story about what happened to me with my son, okay? Okay, so this started, now I've been in Florida for 10 years, right? And, basically, we live a great life down here. My life is simple, frugal, homesteadish, all that kind of stuff. But before we moved here to Florida, we were living in Indiana. And at that time, my mom and dad were already deceased. They've been in heaven for years. Well, my brother had died, right, from an accident on a tractor. So, before he died, I knew he had put my son's name on his beneficiary for his life insurance, right? So when my brother died, my son got $20,000 from my brother's life insurance. So on the day that he died, the very next day, I took it upon myself, because we have no other family, it was just me and my brother. So I took it upon myself to go up to the funeral home and make all the arrangements, And I was cheap. I mean, funerals are expensive. They can run you up to $15,000, okay? But I did it very cheaply, very cheap. So the total came out to $8,000, which I thought wasn't bad, but it was still a lot. So after making all the arrangements, I went home and I told my son, I said, we got to go up to the funeral home now and pay for the funeral. Because you got the $20,000, you need to pay for the funeral. And do you know, my son looked at me straight in the eyes and said, Mom, I'm not paying for no funeral. I'm taking this $20,000 and I'm going to buy me a John Deere tractor. What? Yeah, I'm going to buy me a John Deere tractor. I ain't paying for the funeral. And I was like, oh my God. So I called the funeral home and I said, listen, my son got the $20,000 and he is refusing to pay for the funeral. So we're just going to have to cancel the funeral. And the funeral director said to me, ma'am, you already signed the paperwork. Now it is your responsibility. Now, mind you, we were selling everything. We were getting ready to move from Indiana to Florida, right? We only had so much money. So when we came to Florida, we had to pay for the funeral. I had to send a check every month for $150 till the $8,000 was paid off. That was the deal that I made. And let me tell you, we struggled. We didn't eat for maybe a week at a time sometimes because we didn't have the money, because we had to pay for this funeral that my son should have paid for. Right? It was just like, I just couldn't believe that my son would let us struggle with money, not being able to eat, not being able to pay insurance, it was just a nightmare what we had to go through to keep our life going, right? We didn't have the money. We were struggling so bad, and my son didn't give a shit. He did not. And that's what hurt me, his dad, so bad. And this hasn't been the first thing money has come up with. I'm going to get into that in another video. How my son took my inheritance too. Okay, so I'm just going to put that out there. But the reason for this video, right, is to tell you that if you have a life insurance policy, right, and you have to write down a beneficiary that gets the money after you die, okay, you need to tell the person that is the beneficiary what they need to do with the money that you're leaving them, whether it's pay off the medical bills or pay off the house or all these things that need to be paid off, especially medical bills. That's what you need to tell the beneficiary they need to pay off before they can keep any of the money. And my brother never told my son what to do with that money. So my son stuck me and his father with an $8,000 funeral bill because my brother never told my son what he needed to pay. So if you have a life insurance policy, you need to tell the beneficiary what they need to pay for. Or for God's sake, before you die, make your own funeral. Make sure you have enough money in there to cover the bills or your funeral expenses. A lot of people go and make their own funeral before they even die. But then you have these other people that say, I'm just going to leave it to the kids and let them figure it out. You guys, that is the worst thing you can do. I never in my life thought my son would put me and his father in this situation. I never thought that would even occur. But when it has to do with money, you need to be aware that money will ruin a family. It will ruin a friendship, okay? If you think about lending your family money, don't expect that money back, because most of the time you're not going to get it. You will not get it. So if you're going to give your family money, just think about it like this. You're never going to get it back. So that is what I wanted to talk about today. Please tell me in the comments whether you think I'm right or wrong. And this will be the end of my video. I hope